Okay, the next item I'm going to cover is Registrar 47, and I'll do 146 and 35. So the short is this is just want to let you know that if you need to inject a CSS with a new ID into Registrar, you can do that in one of the snippets. And this is more of a technical thing, but if you need to be able to, if there's a CSS ID that is not currently existing in the system that you need, this is an example of how to inject it. And so if you want to look at that, you can, to improve the look and feel of Registrar if you want to. The next one is what we call the sys-ID. You know, over here in Registrar, we have multiple IDs. So if I hit apply and I just have my set, we have this sys-ID, university ID, and user ID, and alternate ID, because we have to interface with so many different systems. So basically, we have this idea that the sys-ID is not editable. It's behind the scenes, but at least you can know what it is, and you can have it show up in the list view now. So back at the list view, it's back up here. So that's that item right there that you can see. And then there was a small change. One of the things that we also have is if you were to go over here to course offerings and you to do a search, I've now added over here the course offering and course description IDs, just so that if you need to talk to the DBA and they want to know which one you're dealing with, you can find out quickly. So that's part of that ticket. The other part that is in this ticket is that if you were to go over to the grades tab of a particular section, let's just take this one, and you were to look here at the sections, and let me actually find somebody here with some grades. So let's go back to course sections, and let's see if there's any here with all grades confirmed. Nope. Let's just see if anybody, if I was to hit apply and I find somebody with an enrolled. So let's say we take this class with 4 enrolled, and we were to look over here at this section that has 3 people enrolled, and we look at the grades. Well, one of the things that I just want to point out that we added offering credit hours versus earned credit hours. Before, we just had this idea that the credit hours were just the credit hours that were associated with the actual earned credit hours. So we have this 2 separate concepts. If we were to come all the way back to the offering, we would see it has these 3 credit hours. But we look at the section has the 3, but this is actually the grade. This is how many credit hours the student earned. So in this case, if I was to take this and I was to take this and I was to insert a, I was to take one of the grades here and I was to set the grade scale, and I took that grade scale and I made it a course audit. I said okay. Then the earned credit hours is 0, but the offering credit hours would still be 3. So that's the last part of this particular ticket that we were just looking at. So with that, and the last thing I want to show here for this demo is that there is this idea of a legal name. So we've now made a new column for legal name, which should be here, and this is Frank Smith, even though it might be something like Frankford or something. Frankfurt Smith, and you save it. And so now we have the concept that if I was to apply here, we have Frankfurt Smith, and we also had some shortening of columns just so there's a little more real estate up here. So that is all those 3 tickets together. Thank you for watching this one. Let me go ahead and pause.